Be up, guys. Be up, guys. Apologies for the lateness. Yet again, it's my Wi-Fi playing up. Yet again, guys, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, so that's why I'm on later. I was supposed to be on at 6, and I apologise for that. But anyway, here now, I'm going to go quickly through this today, guys, because obviously I won't be on here too long. Want to get through it. Got the match later on, Arsenal Crystal Palace on later. The link is there if anyone does want to join, but obviously won't be hanging around. Be going through all this fairly quickly tonight, so you are welcome to join. But as I say, we won't be hanging around, so it'll be a fairly quick one tonight, guys. So maybe an hour at least. I don't know, a little bit more. But anyway, be up to you, Harry. Thanks for coming in here, bro. Be up, bro. You hope you're good. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, cool. I'm cool, man. You're welcome to come on, but as I say, I won't be going on too long here, mate, and I'll be getting through it all fairly quickly, man. So, but it's up to you anyway. But I'll get straight on with the games. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do the actual preview for tonight's game. I'm going to do that one first because obviously don't want to leave that till near the end because it's starting at 8 o'clock. The Arsenal game, as we know. Arsenal and Crystal Palace. So obviously I will go to that one first. And here we go. Just bringing it up now, guys. There we go. That's up. And obviously, it's a big one tonight for Arsenal. I think they're going to pretty much cement second spot. Palace got to come back. They've been poor recently. Got the 0-0 with Bournemouth recently as well. So I suppose they got a point after losing, being battered. 5-2 and 5-0. So it's not been great for them lately. This is obviously what they're saying here. Arteta's not planning big team rotations. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta says he will not start wrapping his players up in cotton wool with the Champions League semi-final in mind. With the Gunners facing PSG in the last 4 of Europe and not having much to play for in the Premier League, the Champions League now looks to be their focus. We cannot think in those terms, said Arteta. When the players are fit and available and want to play, they have to play. They are at their best when they are playing and they have consistency in their performances, and physically and emotionally they are good. They have the rhythm that is when they are at their best. Chris Sutton's got his prediction here, of course. Does seem to speak a lot of sense, this guy. At times, I don't think he was that special as a player, especially at Chelsea. I don't think he was brilliant. He was his best at Blackburn and whatever, of course, with Shearer, of course, and all that. Alan Shearer, the old SAS, Sutton and Shearer. You know, what a great strike force they were, but he does know what he's talking about. So anyway, a lot depends on Mikel Arteta's team selection here and how he manages the minutes for Arsenal's players. But he went strong against Ipswich at the weekend, and even when it was 11 versus 11, that wasn't a contest. The Gunners have got the weekend off before they face PSG in the first leg of their Champions League semi-final on Tuesday. So I think Arteta will go pretty strong here again. It's pretty strong again here. Crystal Palace had to play the second half with 10 men against Bournemouth on Saturday, but still held on for a point, which was important after they had taken a couple of wallopings, which I've already mentioned, of course, from Man City and Newcastle. The Eagles conceded 5 goals last time they faced Arsenal at Selhurst Park before Christmas, and it's tough to see them getting anything out of this game. I don't see Arsenal doing as much damage this time, but it should still be a comfortable win for them. Sutton's prediction, 2-0 Arsenal. Can Palace make Liverpool champions? So this is the other scenario. Obviously, if Palace win, this will mean Liverpool already champions, by the looks of it. A London derby will arguably be followed more in Merseyside than in the capital. London derby, which will arguably be followed more in Merseyside than in the capital. Arsenal and Crystal Palace both have half an eye on upcoming FA Cup semi-finals, with little left to play for in the league. But a Palace win today will make Liverpool champions of England. So that is the thing. If Palace do win, Liverpool are already crowned. And they already have been, let's be honest, pretty much. Without it being confirmed, they are pretty much Premier champions. Arsenal winger Bukayo Saka and Crystal Palace striker Jean-Philippe Mateta are on the bench tonight. Strong teams still, though. Full details soonish. So obviously I'll bring that to everyone when the full teams are confirmed. The team lineups are confirmed. I will obviously put that on here. But obviously Saka's on the bench, which is, I think, we all knew he probably would be after that bad tackle. What was it, on Saturday against Ipswich? It was Sunday, I think, actually, sorry. Sunday, yeah. Bad tackle by the Ipswich player on him. So, yeah, not great. Without looking at, getting the teams up here just yet, doing this head-to-head here, let's look at this, the form guide. Look at Arsenal 1-3 and drawn 2. Yeah, 1-3 and drawn 2 there. Them big wins against Real Madrid, of course, both on there, 3-0 and 2-1. Of course, drew with us as well. Great point for us there in the end, the Bees. Everton, of course, 1-1. And of course, their latest one, Ipswich, 4-0. So they're in a lot of confidence, doing really well, in good form. As for Palace, they lost 2 and drawn 1, the last 3 there. Before that, they beat Brighton 2-1 and drew with Southampton 1-1. But those 5-2 against City, losing 5-2 there, and Newcastle losing against them 5-0, are pretty damaging. But they got the 0-0 with Bournemouth. I think they might need to get a bit more confidence if they can get a point out of this at least. It'd be incredible. I think Arsenal pretty much, looking odds on to win, nailed on. But you never know with Palace. If Palace turn up well, you got Eze on form. If he's on form, does something. Mateta's on the bench, but if he comes on and scores, or you got anyone else that can score, come up with a goal or 2, well, that'd be good. You got Adam Wharton, who I think is great in midfield. They've got some really good players, Palace. So, don't rule them out. I mean, obviously, it's pretty much Arsenal's to win, I would say. They're nailed on, you would think. But, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a surprise here, a turn-up. And you never know. And just going to see if they got the teams here yet. Nothing. No, there's no teams been confirmed yet. The actual no lineup's been confirmed. No, not just yet. So we'll get back to this, obviously, when the teams are confirmed, and then I'll make my prediction for it. But I'll go to this one now. This was obviously Monday. Spurs 1, Forest 2. And great win for Forest. And obviously, I think they went back to third. I believe. I don't know. I'll have a look at the table. Well, they were third, and the City, of course, won last night against Aston Villa. So they're now third again, of course, there. So yeah, so Forest are still fourth though, going well, looking likely for Europe still, maybe fourth, fifth, sixth, maybe, I would say. I've got a feeling they won't finish third now. You know, they've got a game or so in hand, but well over City anyway. So maybe they could still do it, but I'm not sure they will. I think at least fourth, fifth, or sixth, I would say, for Forest. That's what I reckon. But anyway, I'll get back to this. And yeah, Luca's in here. Be up to you, bro. Hi, yeah. Cheers, bro. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for coming in here, bro. Brilliant. And yeah, 2-1 Forest. You know, they were in the lead very early on. Anderson 5th minute. And Chris Wood again chipped in with another one in the 16th. Brilliant from him. You know, I think he's doing really well, Chris Wood. Love to have him in my team, in the Bees team. I think it'd be brilliant. But, you know, he may be in his 30s, probably like early, middle 30s, but he's still got it. He can still score goals. Richardson got a consolation for Spurs in the 87th. I know I didn't put this on the thumbnail. I know I wasn't almost going to do this one, but I thought I might as well talk about it quickly. As you know, it was Monday, and I forgot to add it in a way, to be honest. I forgot to add it, and I should have put this on there. But anyway, clinical Forest closing in on Europe return. Yeah, that's possible. Spark arrives too late for Spurs. Yeah. Sells got man of the match, the goalie, of course, for Forest. Great goalie. I think he's a top keeper. Another one we'd love at the Bees. If we could buy him, that'd be amazing. I wish we could. We need a proper keeper. Unfortunately, we've got Flecken, and he ain't good enough. So, you know, he isn't great, is he? Let's be honest. Still makes mistakes and so forth. So, these were the lineups as well there. And, of course, Spurs had Vicario in goal, Spence, Van der Ven, with Davis coming on for him in the 46. Romero got a yellow, looked like nearly could have been sent off again, as usual. He's the captain, of course, so bloody mental, nutter. Argentinian, stupid. Danzo came on for him in the 46 before he got sent off, I think. Pedro Porro, Saar, of course, Bergvall came on for him in the 81st. Benton Kerr, Kulusevski, Solanke came on for him in the 67th. Tell, Richarlison, who scored, of course. Odebear, Brennan Johnson came on for him in the 67th. And for Forest there, Sells, the keeper, of course, got a yellow. And Toffolo also got a yellow. Murillo, Milenkovic, Williams, Danilo, he was taken off. Hudson-Odoi replaced him in the 58th. Dominguez, Yates came on for him in the 58th as well. Anderson, Gibbs White got yellow in the 65th. Sosa came on for him. Elanga, he scored. Anderson scored, of course. Elanga went off. Morato replaced him in the 46th. And Wood was taken off, although he scored, and replaced by Awonyi in the 76th. And that was the rest of the subs there, of course, for both teams. Some of them weren't used. Of course, Madison wasn't used for Spurs. It didn't come on, surprisingly. And Bizuma also. I think they're obviously thinking of Europe. You know, they're obviously one eye on Europe, I guess. Although I don't think they're doing anything now. I can see them going out. I can see them losing Tottenham. I think it's Atletico they're playing. So I would have thought they will probably go out. Or I don't know, Man United got Atletico. I think, no, Spurs might have Bodo Glimt. I think they got Bodo. So Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool, Luca. Cheers, bro. Yeah, cool, mate. Yeah, doing well, bro. Cheers, brother. Yeah, so yeah, I think they've got one eye on Europe, but I think they're going to go out. I think I'm sure they're playing Bodo Glimt actually, Spurs. So it's possible they might. The referee Monday was Peter Banks, VAR John Brooks, assistant ref 1 Mark Perry, assistant ref 2 Nick Greenhall, fourth official Tony Harrington, assistant VAR official Dan Robathan, or Robathan, whatever you like to call it, the surname. But yeah, so for me, good win there for Forest. And I'm sure they are going to get Europe at least this season. Yeah, so they got a great work ethic. They defend well and get back there. Of course, don't have much possession, but what they do when they get it, when they break, is brilliant. And they break fairly quickly, and they can be clinical on the break. And they've got quick players like Alanga, who's very quick. And Hudson Odoi, of course. Gibbs White is good, great player. Rate him, really do. Of course, Wood, always score a goal. Yeah, what a team. And I think they've got a brilliant player in Murillo at the back, class. Got a very good defence and a great keeper as well. And that really does help, to have one like him. But anyway, I will move on. As for Spurs, well, also they're looking at Europe, but I think they're failed there as well. They're going to end up trophyless again this season, I think. Whether Ange stays or goes, I don't know. I think probably the chairman should go. Levy should be out, but I don't like that's going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, we'll move on and go on to last night. Man City 2, Villa 1. Right, I've actually got the team news, guys. So I'll put that on. Got the team news for Arsenal and Palace. 4 changes for Arsenal. Mateta on the bench for Palace. Mikel Arteta has named a strong side for the game with Crystal Palace. He starts Bukayo Saka on the bench, who came off with a knock in the win over Ipswich. There's no place for Ben Wright or Mikel Merino in the squad. Arsenal 11, Raya, Timber, Saliba, Kirior, Lewis Skelly, Rice, Partey, Odegaard, Sterling, Trossard and Martinelli. And the subs are Neto, Tierney, Saka, Zinchenko, Butler, Oyedeji, Gower, Henry Francis, Cabia and Wanyeri. Oliver Glasner's side have a semi-final of their own on Saturday when they take on Aston Villa in the FA Cup. The Palace manager have named key attackers Jean-Philippe Mateta and Ismaila Sarr on the bench. Crystal Palace 11, Henderson, Munoz, Richards, Lacroix, Gahey, Mitchell, Wharton, Kamada, Diveni, Eze and Nketiah. Subs Turner, Ward, Sarr, Franca, Mateta, Klein, Hughes, Esse, and Kaporha. Right, so with that in mind, I'm still going to go. I'll probably go with an Arsenal win. But I don't know. I think Palace has still got a very good team there. Walton, Eze, and Nketiah probably won't score. Probably Arsenal's defence won't be in trouble for him. But then again, you never know. He might fancy, coming back against his old team and, doing something. But anyway, you never know. I doubt it, but you never know. Of course, you've got Gahey, strong defence. Gahey, Lacroix, Richards, Mitchell. Fairly strong defence. I don't think Arsenal will totally wallop them. I'll still go with them. I think I'm going to go, with what Sutton said, Chris Sutton, I'm going to 2-0 Arsenal. Yeah, 2-0. I still think they're fairly strong at the back. Kirill has actually played very well lately since he's come in there. Saliba, as usual, brilliant. Timber. I think Lewis Skelly's been amazing again. Rice, brilliant. Partey's had a great season too. Odegaard, well, not brilliant all the time, but okay. When he's brilliant, when he's really good, he's very good. But when he's not, you don't get much out of him. Sterling, don't know what you'll get from him. But I think he's finished, to be honest. Surprised he's playing. Trossard's been great lately. He got 2 against Ipswich, of course. And Martinelli has also been great. Been brilliant recently. So I think for me, definitely a 2-0 Arsenal here. I'd love to see Palace win it. I thought they could come back with an upset, but I doubt it. So you know what? I'm actually gonna change it, go for 2-1. I think Palace might just nick one. So I'm going 2-1. Sorry to change that, but I'm still going Arsenal. So 2-1 Arsenal. But anyway, let's get back to this one. Of course, that match starts at 8 o'clock, and I'll definitely be watching it, the Arsenal game. Anyway, back to this one. Man City 2, Villa 1. Bernardo Silva in the 7th minute. Rashford equalised in the 18th minute with a penalty for Villa. And Matthias Nunez scored the winner in the 94th minute for City. From an excellent ball, fantastic ball by Doku, of course, superb. I thought they were really great at the end, City, but I thought Villa played well most of the game. And, probably might have deserved a point at least, a draw out of it, although they had chances. They both hit the post and whatever. So I think it was a close one. And that little bit of class at the end, that great ball by Doku and tight finish, but good finish there from Nunez. His first for the club, I believe. I think it's his first for the club. Is it his first? Might be. Maybe his second. I think it might be his first. But anyway, important winner. And takes them back to third, Man City, which I think they could easily secure now. I can't see them catching Arsenal for second. I've got a feeling they may secure third. And as I say, Forest will end up maybe 4th, 5th, maybe 6th somehow now. But it's an important winner there. Guardiola Glee at late winner. Yep. Rashford makes his mark. Paul scored with a penalty. A conned penalty, I thought. It wasn't an actual penalty myself. I don't know why they give it. I think it was dodgy. Player of the match, Doku. Yeah, he was brilliant when he come on. And that great cross there. Ball across the penalty area. Brilliant. Fantastic. But I thought it was a con penalty. I don't think it was. I really don't think it was. But there we go. They somehow got away with that. But it didn't cost City in the end, did it? He definitely dived the player, Ramsey, I thought. It was a dive all day long. But anyway, City came back and won it. And they're coming back well under Guardiola. You just cannot rule them out. I think they could still win the FA Cup, of course. They're obviously not going to win the Premier. Can they? Obviously, they'll probably get third in a Champions League spot again, something like that. But I think the FA Cup's still achievable. Although I'd still like to see somebody else's name on it, a new name. a Palace or a Forest or Villa, you know, somebody else. But anyway, with that, I'm going to go on to the FA Cup and talk about that, the two semi-finals. And I'll talk about this now. As I said, this is going to be fairly quick tonight, guys. I'm not going to be on here much longer. At least till maybe 7:30 or before I'll leave. I might even leave finish about 7:20 or something. But I'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is the FA Cup semi-finals. Aston Villa versus Palace, of course, on Saturday. And obviously this is on BBC One or BBC iPlayer and so forth to watch. And the other one is on ITV1, ITVX for everyone who wants to watch them. This is check out the standout stats ahead of the Emirates FA Cup semi-finals. Aston Villa versus Palace. Aston Villa have won none of their last 4 matches against Crystal Palace in all competitions, drawn 1, lost 3. Conceding 13 goals, Palace knocked them out of the League Cup earlier this season, with Spurs the only side to eliminate them from both the FA and League Cups in the same campaign in 1968-69. Crystal Palace have faced Aston Villa 3 times in the FA Cup and have been eliminated each time, losing 5-0 in the third round in 1912-13, 4-3 in the third round in 61-62, and 3-1 in the fifth round replay in 2009-10. Aston Villa have reached the FA Cup semi-final for the first time since 2014-15, beating Liverpool 2-1 to reach the final. They've reached 11 FA Cup finals with only 7 teams featuring in more. This is Crystal Palace's sixth FA Cup semi-final, and they've alternated between going out at this stage 1976, 95 and 2022, and reaching the final 1990, 2016 in their previous 5 semi-finals. Aston Villa have lost 6 of their last 8 games at Wembley, with this their first since losing 2-1 to Man City in the 2020 League Cup final. Their 2 wins in this run came in 2-1 victories against Liverpool 2015 FA Cup semi-final and Derby County 2019 Championship playoff final. Crystal Palace knocked Fulham out 3-0 in this season's FA Cup quarter-final, having been eliminated in 8 of their previous 10 FA Cup ties against Premier League sides. They last knocked out more than one Premier League side in the season in 2015-16. The last time they reached the final, 4 teams. Aston Villa manager Unai Emery has progressed from each of the 4 single-leg semi-final cup ties he's managed in. All with PSG across 2016-17 and 2017-18 in the Coupe de la Liga. 4-1 versus Bordeaux and 3-2 versus Rennes, and Coupe de France 5-0 versus Monaco, 3-1 versus Cannes. Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner is looking to become the first Austrian manager to reach an FA Cup final, and Austria would be the first new nation represented by a manager in the showpiece event since Germany in 2021. Thomas Tuchel for Chelsea. In domestic cups this season, FA and League Cup, Marcus Rashford has had a hand in 6 goals, 4 goals, 2 assists for Man United and Aston Villa since the start of 2016-17. He has been involved in 40 goals in 60 games at these competitions, 26 goals, 14 assists. More than any other Premier League player. He is yet to score or assist in the FA Cup semi-final, however, in 5 attempts. Crystal Palace's Ismaila Sarr has been involved in 4 goals in 2 starts against Aston Villa this season, 3 goals, 1 assist. And in his 5 starts against Villa in all competitions in his career, he has either scored 5 goals or assisted 2 goals in each start. Nottingham Forest versus Man City. Nottingham Forest have beaten Man City 1-0 in the Premier League this season. Last beating them twice in the same campaign in 89-90. 2 league, 1 full members cup. Man City have lost 4 of their 5 FA Cup meetings with Nottingham Forest, 1-1. Most recently a 3-0 home loss in the 3rd round in 2008-2009. This is Nottingham Forest's first FA Cup semi-final appearance since 1990-91 under Brian Clough, beating West Ham 4-0 at Villa Park before eventually losing to Spurs in the final. This is Man City's 7th consecutive appearance in an FA Cup semi-final, winning 3 and losing 3 of the previous 6. They won the last 2 and are looking to reach the final in 3 consecutive years for the first time. This will be just Nottingham Forest's 2nd match at Wembley Stadium since its reopening in 2007, previously beating Huddersfield 1-0 in the 2022 Championship playoff final. Meanwhile, this will be Man City's 28th game at the new Wembley as a neutral venue, with only Chelsea playing there more often with 30. Man City reached the League Cup final in 4 consecutive seasons between 2017-18 and 2020-21. They could now reach the FA Cup final for a 3rd consecutive year and would be the first side to reach the final of both major domestic trophies 3 seasons running. Nottingham Forest have progressed via penalties in the 4th round, 5th round and the quarter-final of this season's FA Cup. The first team to have 3 shootouts in a single campaign in the competition. They also lost on penalties to Newcastle in the EFL Cup. With Chelsea in 2021-22, the only top-flight team to contest 5 penalty shootouts in a single campaign. Nottingham Forest boss Nuno Espirito Santo could become the 2nd Portuguese manager to reach the FA Cup final after Jose Mourinho, who beat Man United with Chelsea in 2007 and lost to Chelsea with Man United in 2018. Since the 2021-22 campaign, Ryan Yates has had a hand in 8 FA Cup goals in 13 games for Nottingham Forest, 4 goals, 4 assists, 5 more than any other player. He also scored the winning penalty in the quarter-final shootout against Brighton in March. Right, so that's that. Right. So, be interested to know your predictions for these FA Cup semi-finals. You know, put them in here if you're watching, you're in the live chat, whatever. And obviously, a prediction for the Arsenal game. I've gone for 2-0 Arsenal against Palace. For these FA Cup matches, I'm going to go. I think City will beat Forest, unfortunately. I've got a feeling. I'd love Forest to get through and win it, but I don't think they will. I'm going to go 2-1 Man City. 2-1 Man City for that. And I'm going to go for the other one, for Palace and Villa. I'm going to go Villa to win. I'm going to go 3-1 Villa. Yeah, 3-1 Villa against Palace. So, yeah, that's what I'm going for. And so, obviously, it's going to be a City-Villa final. I'd love to see Villa win it. I hope they can. I think that'd be amazing if they can win that. But no doubt City will probably win it again, the final. I hope not, but that could be the case, I'm afraid. But as I say, put your predictions in the live chat, guys. Please do that. And if you're there, if anyone's still in the live chat, put your predictions in. For the FA Cup semi-final and the Arsenal game tonight, Premier League. Follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182, and subscribe to Mr. B Hyper Football Chat. Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Obviously, plenty of content more content coming. Apologies for this being late and also a quick one tonight, but obviously I wanted to get through it, ready for the Arsenal game. This probably might not be my best stream ever, but it's okay. It's, as I say, a quickish one. And I'm going to be going very soon now, guys. So, if you can, if you want to put your comments in and predictions in before I go, that'd be great. Got plenty more coming up. I've got the obviously my Premier Prediction show on Friday. So I'm doing that now, of course, on a Friday. Mr. B's Prem Prediction Hive, of course. So check that one out. Plenty more coming up. Obviously, we're not playing Forest till next Thursday, so the preview for that will be next week at some stage. There will be cricket streams coming up very soon. I promise. I'm not forgetting about those. There will be some. Obviously, it's mainly the football for me at the moment. I'm concentrating on, but there definitely will be some cricket ones very soon. So watch out for those. As I said before, if anyone does want to put predictions in before I go, I won't be on here much longer. I'm going to be bouncing very soon. As I say, apologies for being late again. I was supposed to be on at 6, and issues with the Wi-Fi, I'm afraid, guys, as usual. Usual thing. But anyway, I got on here very late, but of course I've got through it quickly, I think, and hopefully you've enjoyed it, people, live or on playback or whatever. But as I said, it's probably not my greatest. I think when I'll rush it a bit, it's not as great. But anyway, maybe, it's still good. And, subs are going up. I'm up to 121. So hopefully that continue. Keep showing me the support and love as usual, guys. That's great. Keep supporting me. Brilliant. Keep smashing the likes and subbing and everything. And obviously there's got nothing else in the live chat, so I'll probably just go now, guys. But I'll probably just go. Got to bounce, be ready for the match and everything. So I think that'll be it then, guys. And until the next stream, which will be Friday, unless I go on anyone else's. I may go on other people's channels, streams, but if not, I'll see you all Friday, hopefully. So I'm out of here, guys. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Bye.